ready.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, V.
I'm ready, Big Daddy.
All right. Any N words you want to say while we're?
Numbskulls,
No, no, don't fall for that.
nincom- nincompoops.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, easy, easy, easy. All right, all right. So V, what did you do this week? Tell us about your week. We're late, and I'm putting it on you because like that's how I do it whenever we're late or whenever we screw something up. I always put the screen to you so that you're the one who has to like answer for our sins. So go ahead and
Yeah.
tell us about your week.
Yeah. Well, let's see. This week, what have I been up to this week? Well, since I got back from where we didn't go, where we didn't go that day. Well, since I got back from there, I've been on like this permanent reset. Like I haven't done anything. I've been kind of like lazy. Let me be to be honest with you, there were a few days that I sat in one spot and ordered food like every meal, like literally did nothing. And I'll admit this that like I've been smoking a lot of pot lately too, and so it hasn't made me very like active, I guess you could say. And then we're also under quarantine, so just pile on whatever excuse you want for me being lazy for the past 2 weeks.
Well, you Californians are. The rest of us,
Yeah.
we've been ignoring the quarantine.
Yeah. So there's that, and then we're doing a couple of contests. Actually, let me talk about my side action real quick. I've got some side action for the people playing the contest for our 700 subscriber. If we're doing this contest where if you take a screenshot of our 700 subscriber and send it to me, I will get you a shower curtain. I'll buy you a shower curtain, and then the runner-up gets a tote bag. But I have some side action that I want to do because that's probably going to take a while. It'll be a while before people they don't really want to associate with us, so it's probably hard for them to get out and go, hey, to come watch your show, buddy, whatever. So I was thinking, you guys probably do still want something cool as a shower curtain. So I had this idea for a shirt giveaway. I'll give away a shirt, a Bigfoot shirt, and all you have to do is make a video. And so here's how it goes, right? Tom and I, we did this video back in the day where we did a bunch of pranks to each other, and it opened up with me giving Tom a flat tire. When you step on somebody's shoe while they're walking, you step on their shoe, you give them a flat tire. And then to like counter that, he throws this basketball at me. And when he throws it, it goes, Hadouken! Right? Like the Street Fighter game. And that was always really funny to me. And so if you guys make a video of you throwing something at someone and shouting Hadouken and then sending it to me, and points if you yell like Sonic Boom 2 or something.
Or Shoryuken.
Shoryuken.
Yep, that's another one.
Yeah, I will send a shirt to whoever does that, and then the runner-up. It'll have to be. Let's see. We'll give them like a week, right? We'll say like a week till next show. Come up with a video that's funny that you could shoot with your phone or something, throwing a ball or something at somebody saying Hadouken. But the funniest one, Tom and I will decide and gets a T-shirt. You had me a Bigfoot T-shirt. What do you think? Should we do a runner-up? Should we do a runner-up for that one?
That's on. I don't know. It's on you and your government cheese.
That's
who's
cool.
funding the
I'm
operation.
cool with doing a runner-up. We'll do a runner-up. So 2 videos, and then we'll show them on next week's show too. That way, we could do that, right? That's something we should do.
Yeah, sure.
We could show. Okay, cool. All right.
Sure,
So yeah,
sure.
That's what I have for this week. Other than I hope you guys are excited about that because I would love to see somebody get some free merch from us for doing something silly. To be honest, I mean, what do you think, Tom?
I agree. I like a Hadouken and Shoryuken. And
by the way, I can't see your screen. Am I supposed to be able to see your screen?
No.
Right now?
No, you won't be able to because remember we
switched
to the new Zoom situation.
Okay.
Right?
I have to use my phone to watch the YouTube then. Let me adjust.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is something that we'll have to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Continue.
Make sure
what were we?
I don't know. You keep interrupting
I'm
me.
like a nerd
I'm
right now. I've got my phone
sentence.
over here, and then I've got the.
So, as you guys know, the legitimately elected president of the United States, Joe Biden, took office today. I'm excited about that, right? V, how excited are you that Joe Biden is our new president?
Dude, don't even get me started about that right now. We are in a communist dictatorship right now. Like China is just like
creaming
like
in their fried rice.
Yeah, man, they're out there shouting, cheering that the Joe Biden's demented ass, the child, what do you call it? Chimo, right?
Yeah,
Chimo. The man is a
pederast.
chimo. That's what you guys put out. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have to come to terms with this whole communist dictatorship because it's either that or I start inciting violence. And I guess if that happens, then they're going to come to my door. So I don't want to incite violence,
And then
right?
what, V?
I'm pacified, dude. This is what happens when a communist dictator takes over. They go, here's the goddamn virus so that you can't leave your homes, right? You're stuck at home, so you can't rise up against us that way. Because if you gather, you'll get sick, you know. And then they just do it all like it's all orchestrated, man. Listen to me, tinfoil hat. I've got
Look at you. You've come so far, V, since you've joined us.
this all.
You used to be like, none of this shit is true.
I'm a shell of a man because of you.
I would say you're a fuller man because of this.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So yeah, the you know what's funny? You talk about the not getting sick. You can't go out because you can't get sick. When we went to the place that will not be discussed that we didn't actually go to, and we're surrounded by countless thousands of people at any given time.
No one wearing masks.
Not a soul.
No one was wearing masks.
Yeah.
At all.
And we are officially 2 weeks from that exposure. At this point in time, we were back in the trailer, right? So this is 2 weeks from that time, and we did not come down with COVID. So if you're afraid of going out and you think that a mask is going to protect you, or somebody else wearing a mask is going to protect you, or avoiding large groups is going to protect you, and that you can't do all the shit that you used to do and that you love doing because of this pandemic, I got news for you. We are kind of like the perfect example of how you can just do whatever the fuck you want and throw caution to the wind and come away scot-free. The people who are now, here's the one thing that I like to push is you will never come down with COVID. You will never test positive for COVID if you never go and get tested for COVID. Yeah. Right? So don't get tested for COVID.
If you're realizing that just now, though, you're a retard.
Well,
I hate to break it to you.
Beyond that, right? And, you know, it sounds like a joke, and it really is. It's a joke. Like, hey, if you don't get tested, you'll never know, and you'll never have to worry about the thought of having COVID. But if you go, there are a lot of people who go and they're fine, and they have to get tested just to enter someplace, and then they test positive. My grandma is one of them. She actually went to the doctor after she had a bit of a cold, right? She had like the sniffles or something. And so she didn't go to the doctor until that symptom had subsided. And then when she went in, they were like, oh, well, you know, you had the sniffles. Let's go ahead and give you a test. They tested her for COVID. Apparently she was like crawling with COVID, right? And she didn't even know it. She didn't have any of the symptoms.
Crawling with COVID? She was crawling with COVID.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That's what they tell you. That's what they tell you, right? They tell you that you're just like, that you're like bursting at the seams with COVID. And so she found out that she had COVID, and she said, this is such a horrible disease. You don't even know that you have it. You don't even know that you have, you know, my grandma, she talks like an old Jewish woman, right? You don't even, it's so bad. You don't even know that you have it. You know, you can't even tell. You don't have the symptoms, you know? Yeah. And she's going off on that. Did you tell her
that's what happens with a fake disease?
Yeah, well,
I've created by the Chinese to put Joe Biden in office.
Yes,
and
everybody's starting to finally believe me about that shit.
Yeah, good Lord, man. I told my dad today, I was like, dude, like, do you not understand? Because he's all like disappointed, man, like at that like depressed point where it's like, oh man. And even I'll admit, dude, this past 2 weeks, I wonder if like my whole like eating a lot and smoking a lot of pot is like depression from all this. Like, I hate to admit it, like, get out your violins, folks, because I'm a little sad about it. You can make fun of me or whatever, but I mean, honestly, Trump was the greatest president of my time. And I'll say that, and I'm not afraid to say it. He was the best president that I ever had, you know, just like you guys are the best audience I've ever had. Come on, that was...
I would say that your OnlyFans audience is probably more consistent and more like willing to give and share your links and stuff than our audience, our mutual audience. But who am I?
Right.
Who am I? I don't want.
Hey, I thought you said you changed our titles. Mine says Domestic Care Bear Kids still.
Oh yeah, I did. But you know what happens is, and I'll fix it while Homeboy's talking. But remember, I showed you last week. It does that thing where it automatically defaults to the previous one unless I specifically select it. So like
Skynet.
Yeah. So I could sit here and as I'm talking to you, I'll pretend like I'm just paying explicit attention, exclusive attention to you or to the audience and talking about whatever's going on with the audience. But I'll sit here and I'll also be editing your thing so that you can
that's skillful. That's very multitasker of you.
Well,
that's like ADHD powers times 10. Like,
you know what they say,
controlling everything.
You know what they say about me. You know
what they say?
I don't know. You tell me, and I'll whatever it is that they say, I'm inclined to believe that that's true. So here we go. Now here's your new title. Secretary of because I forgot because we were selected for the cabinet, Joe Biden's cabinet. You're the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Man development.
Yeah, I get it.
Mine is also a gay one too. So hold on, I'll put mine up there. I specifically had us all have gay cabinet positions.
I think somebody in the chat they're doing the mono. They don't realize that it's both ears required for the show.
Oh yeah. Well, that's how I get you. I force people to put on both their headphones so that people know that they're listening to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Stupid. Yeah. What do you think?
Right. Here's mine. Here's mine, by the way. Secretary of Agriculture.
Yeah. What's the gayest animal in the jungle?
I don't
fagwire.
Oh man, that's a pretty good one.
Homophobic joke ever.
Can we get taken off the air today? Is the question. Well, now under this new regime, right? Now we're definitely going to get taken off.
Is it a regime? Is that what you'd call it? A regime?
I would call it a fag.
Slow Biden and his cohorts.
Surely
it's like
there's
the Legion of Doom is what it is. It's the Legion of Doom. You know what I mean? Like Lex Luthor, you know?
I would say it's not nearly as competent as that. It would be like the Legion of Doom if they were all like the handy-capable ones. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like they're all a bunch of cripples. See, we were talking about what the next shirt was going to be. We were talking about what the next shirt was going to be that we were going to get in trouble for because every one of our shirts attacks a different protected group. And I said that the next one would be about cripples. So that'll be our new thing. It'll be the Legion of Doom, but cripples.
Yeah.
Bunch of handicaps. So anyways, let's do our welcome. Let's do our welcome wagon, right?
There's a lot of people in the chat today. We're breaking our limits.
There sure do be. We got Count Rhythm, J Coop, Mike, VS, Let's Fish already, Crazy Ninja, Heart Sutra, After Work, Ass Blast, USA, which is a really funny name. And I probably said that if they've ever been here before, I probably pointed that out because it reminds me of like that old racer game at the arcade.
Mike in Manitoba called it Legion of Meh.
Legion of Vroom. So have like a dude in a wheelchair. Patrick O'Floyne and Megabit. Who could forget Megabit in the chat? Welcome you guys.
The gang's all here.
The chat. Yeah, we've got them all. We lost one person in that period in which
good.
You know, but whatever. That's what happens. And but let's talk about who we have today on the show. Who is our special guest today? We have a gentleman named Richard McGill, and he is a art gallery. What do they call them? The people who manage an art gallery. There's a term for that.
It's a penis.
It's a penis. He's an art penis. No, he's a studio owner of
pianist.
No, that's somebody who plays the piano. That's a different guy.
Gallerist.
A what?
Gallerist.
A gallerist. Okay, we'll go with that. He is a art gallerist for the stars.
A gallerist?
No, personal photographer. Personal photographer.
Oh, he's a personal photographer. No, because you're keeping track of all these art these pieces of art.
Where are you getting this information from, dude? Like, what?
I'm telling you that this is what he does. I'm telling you that this is what he does.
Actually, funny you mentioned that. I wanted to open. I've got like 31 pieces ready to go for the second edition. I have like a museum of alien arts.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
That's
I said
cool.
that you're the. I said that you're the art gallery
alien arts,
guy.
huh?
You could read my mind too. Oh my goodness.
So I was way ahead of you on that one. I did so
Art
much fact
curator,
checking. I
art
went
curator.
further.
That's
Curator. There it is.
Somebody called it
long-term
curator.
project, but
Yeah, After Orc said art curator.
Curator.
V's
Sorry if I
struggling
get-
to get that one
Sorry
out.
if I get stuck on words. I've been smoking pot all day.
curator, yeah.
I even brought a doob. I brought a doob today.
He's going to
I
be
was like,
Joe Rogan on
I
the
try to
show.
minimize mine so I could not go off on tangents, but
V, you are out of control. All right, Richard, Secretary
I'm sorry.
of Menergy. Richard, he's an art curator for the stars. Rich, would you like to give yourself like a little introduction, more so than what I just did?
Yeah, tell us about yourself.
absolutely, guys. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me on. You have no idea how many tweets, emails I've sent out asking people to. So, okay, basically, I'm 30, almost 35, but on my 31st birthday, for shits and giggles, I was a forklift driver that tried to contact aliens one night. And then basically you just pray to the universe, oh, aliens, come down. And 15 minutes in, I see a little light skip across the sky for 2 seconds. I mean, it's basically what Stephen Greer's been making money off of for who knows how many years, you know, like the CE5, whatever stuff. But so most people would just say, okay, that's it, done. Me, every day after work, I worked afternoons, 2, 3 in the morning. I try to contact aliens for a half hour. Long story short, I invited them into my house to party, asked them to make me a smiley face in the sky. And a couple of weeks of doing this, interacting with like stars and the moon, I was filming a star 4:30 in the morning, and it locked onto my cell phone and created a half blue circle where the lenses, literally from space, like locked onto my cell phone. So I was moving it around the star, the light from the star, and it was like they locked on. And ever since then, my townhouse was a friggin' pigsty. So I step into the shower and I noticed simple alien faces being made, and I'm like, what's going on? Am I crazy? But then the way that is how it transpired.
Richard, can I interject and ask you a question real quick?
Absolutely. How much was I smoking at the time?
Do you do any like psychedelic drugs by any chance? Have you ever tried DMT? Have you ever tried DMT?
No, not DMT. Of course, I've done acid, shrooms. When I was 19 years old, I took a trip to Venezuela, and I ate a translucent clear mushroom, and I tried this thing called yopo from this shaman. But when I smoked I was in like the capital of the Amazon of Venezuela called Puerto Ayacucho, and I went to a natural waterfall, and bought a joint off some hippies there, and smoking it, you can see everything like moving. Everything is around us is alive. And I just used that feeling to contact aliens the first time. But I've got pictures of they were actually there in the like the big UFO picture, if you want to put that on, when I was from Venezuela in the and yeah, cool.
You got anything more to add to that then, Richard?
So basically, I spent the past 3 years creating a photo book containing virtual reality artwork. It's like the game SimCity. If you want to travel to other planets and dimensions without having to wait for Elon Musk to get his shit in order to take us there and not pay $100,000 a ticket, you can order a book off my Twitter account. It's like SimCity. You put the book down and you take your phone and zoom into the pictures. It's like crop circles, like the same characteristics of crop circles, except 3D in nature. And I have an alien fish, the world's first alien selfie. I've got gifts from aliens. Basically, I'm like Dr. Dolittle, but with invisible aliens. I can just sprinkle substance down, and invisible UFO energy will make me a picture anytime, anywhere, any place. So it's like I have aliens as business partners.
When was the last time you did like psychedelics? When was the last?
A couple of weeks ago, I popped a tiny little head of a mushroom. Sure.
When's the last time you popped a head of a mushroom?
Good one. Good one. Solid burn.
Okay. That's what
I did mushrooms with my cousin. That was the last time I did any psychedelic. It was like maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and we tripped out balls, and we thought we were the same person at one point because we look alike, right? Like my cousin and I, like we have this kind of similar look because, well, we're relatives, right? And fucking, it was like near our birthday too, and we're like literally like weeks apart in age, so we both look the same, right? Like similar. And so we start tripping balls, and we started realizing that like genetics is crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy. And the next thing you know, we're like hiding from each other, going, "Are you trying to kill me? You're trying to kill me."
See, that's what happens
But
when you're Jet Li and you're trying to take
but
over.
I don't know if you can have
become the
flashbacks
strongest
from
one.
shrooms.
That's
right.
The last time I took a hit of acid, I looked into the mirror and I thought I was an ogre. And if you look at the rock that you'll put up, it looks like an ogre.
So you've done LSD. You've done LSD.
Yeah, never done DMT, but LSD, yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, well that you can do plenty of flashbacks with that. I did LSD when I was in high school, man, and that stuff, it stays in you forever. I have flashbacks every now and then. I go, that was a flashback. That was absolutely a flashback. But interesting stuff. So I guess what we're gathering here, and Tom, feel free to interject at any time on this. I guess what we're gathering here is that what you're telling us is that you have art to sell that you got from aliens.
No, I don't have art. No, I don't have art to sell. I have a
just to like sum up like just the gist of it, like
50. Why me versus everyone says they interact with aliens, but they don't have any proof to back up their thing. I have an alien fish. I have gifts from aliens. They'll make pictures at any time. So I'm self-publishing a book, a 200-page photo book containing 1,400 photos. And 50% of the profits is going to environmental causes. So I got to kill a little trees to save. The first order of business is plastics in the ocean. And to bolster my claim, I have a little green alien fish.
Yeah, I like that fish.
Basically,
that fish is,
you think all you have to do is think aloud. So one day I asked, "Hey, let me try some food," and then I found that little thing outside my bedroom door with a Q-tip. Maybe my cat knocked the Q-tip there, but it's kind of like say aliens are in my house to party and they brought snacks, right? It's small, green. It's really, really tiny. It fits inside of a memory card case, like really, really tiny. I did think I found another one a couple months later.
Here, I've got it up on the screen, this little fish that you found.
I thought I found another one a few months later, but that was a green pepper. It's not seaweed. It's not pickled shrimp. It's not rotten banana, what other people... human explanations. I can't get it tested yet, so obviously I can't say 100%, but it's not a green pepper with onion.
So you didn't eat it?
I promise.
No.
I felt bad. I know, honestly.
I've had boogers that look just like that.
I've
Totally a booger.
I've got some booger art that I thought it was too risque.
What is this booger?
He just explained it. Please explain it again then, Rich. He asked for food one day.
Yeah, just to try some thinking aloud. Like, hey, let me try some food in your head. And then, lo and behold, I found the fish outside my bedroom door a little time afterwards. Small, green, one-eyed.
Are you sure that isn't a booger?
Well, it was outside of his door.
Yeah, no, I usually I put my boogers on my walls or in Kleenexes, not on floors. It's a bad habit of mine, honestly. I don't...
So before we go too far into this, before Mike chews me out, this is to I don't know, to communicating across the cosmos to what could very well be alien demon booger monsters.
I thought it was a brain parasite, honestly, like that. It just went in. It only has one eye, right? So it attaches to you, but
Is that why you didn't eat it?
Well, it's either poisonous or it's like I say like I'm like Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that I won this like dream job that nobody ever dreamed of. So maybe the one little tiny fish will eat it and it'll fill you up and you won't want to eat for a whole day or live forever, but I'll keep it for science, of course.
But there's only one way to find out, Rich, is by eating. Do you still have it? You said
Absolutely.
You still have it, right?
Yes.
Have you tasted it? Have you tasted it at all?
No.
You didn't lick it?
It's super tiny. I smelt it a little bit, honestly.
And what did it smell like?
I might have licked it, actually. It might have been a little fishy. You can look at the ridges are kind of like when you pull off a shrimp, but it's super, super tiny.
Yeah, it does look like a shrimp for sure. There's no denying that.
And I think there are fish that are one-eyed too in on Earth as well.
Like pirate fish, cyclops fish. Is that what they're called?
Well,
cyclops
it's probably
fish?
on the other side. The other eye is on the other side.
No,
Yeah.
I have
Optic blast.
No,
That's my
it's
cyclops.
It's
Cyclops.
dehydrated, so maybe.
Well, you can rehydrate it, of course.
Well, I'm not going to. Honestly.
I'll give you $20 to eat it.
It started to decay a little bit, so I put it in my freezer for 6 months, and then it's stored in my cousin's garage right now. So
Yeah.
hopefully, it's when I look at it, it's not.
$50. I'll give you $50 to eat it on camera right now.
Like, I'm sure I could auction it off for at least $60. Come on now.
So $61 is the new
Yes.
is the new rate. Anybody in the chat? We're on 60. Anybody in the chat? With the chat, Mike Manitoba, we got it 61. Anybody else? Anybody else got any bets that they want to place on this?
Starting off at like 10,000, then we'll
see.
Come on.
So now you can't.
I watch Pawn
vote on
Stars.
your
I
own
know
thing.
what happened when he went from a pawnbroker to auction house. It didn't go good for him.
Good God.
Yep. No, I'm like that dude on what's the other one? Storage Wars. When he's always like, "Yep," and then the other guy goes, "That's a $61 bill right there." And it's like a lawnmower. So, okay. So let me ask you this before we get into showing your pictures, because I do want to. I know you want to like get this book out there and share this book with people so that they can see it and kind of see what they're perhaps buying.
Correct.
I do want to hear more specifically about how did you go about when you say praying to the universe, right? I want to hear like the exact steps that you took to make that happen, because there are going to be people in the chat, and I don't know if you can see them, the naysayers. You're going to see the naysayers.
Of course. Oh, I'm used to that by now. Trust me.
You're going to see, and I'm the easiest person to convince of anything. So you've already sold me. I just want to know how you did it. And I want to hear the steps that you took. So the people who are naysaying, they're going to want to hear like, could this be demons, right? That's one thing. Could this be something else? Could you be crazy? Could it be DMT, or could you have taken the tip of a mushroom, right? Like the V's of the universe, right?
Translucent,
To me,
clear mushroom in Venezuela, yes.
Right.
So it did have a rush of something, but
yeah, I don't need to hear about the rush that came out of the mushroom tip. What I want to hear about is the exact steps that you took, Rich, in order to pray to the universe, and what was given in return, and like when you communicate with these aliens. Also, I need, like, maybe I want to send a message to the aliens. Can I do that through you?
Hey, real quick, Tom.
No. Can I stop you? That's the difference. I'm not gonna be like priests and say, oh, you have to come to me to touch with God. No, the first person that bought my book internationally, shout outs to Arnie H. He said, oh, I invited aliens to my house to party too, and they're making me faces in the window thing. So it's lots of people. I can't say whether it's demons or not, but it's all I did was I worked afternoons as a forklift driver. In the afternoon, I say, hey, I used that feeling of when I was in Venezuela smoking that joint and notice everything vibrating, like when you take a tiny bit of a mushroom, you become one with the universe. I sit in a back park by my townhouse, and 15 minutes in, I see a light. I'm right by Pearson Airport, the busiest airport in Canada. So I see a light coming by. Oh, okay, of course, that's just a plane. And as I lower my head, I see a little light skip across the sky for 2 seconds. I was absolutely like flabbergasted. So I tried for 20 more minutes trying to summon the stars. The moon is a UFO. Like, that's not my hypothesis. That's lots of people think that, right? You look at the moon, it slowly moves down. I look in the night sky, stars just appear out of nowhere. So nothing happened after another 20, 30 minutes. Okay, so most people would say, give up. All right, I had my UFO experience. Not me, not me. I have lots of, as soon as I get fixated on something, all right, so every day after work, continuously try for a couple of weeks. Try to interact with stars. Hey, move left, move right in your mind, come down. Nothing crazy, too out of this world.
Hey,
And
Richard, can I ask you a question real quick?
that's your course.
Have you ever tried methamphetamine? Have you ever tried any like methamphetamine, like Adderall or like I don't know, Ritalin or fucking what's the other one?
Nope.
Like speed. Like have you ever tweaked before? Have you ever done an eight
Nope.
ball or like a tweener? You know,
Nope.
they call it the tweener. That's where it's like a 16th, right? A 16th of speed,
No,
and
the
so they call it the tweener.
nope.
You never tried
I've
tried
tried
methamphetamine?
Adderall once or twice, yeah. Maybe 6, 8 months ago, but nothing special. I smoke a lot of pot, psychedelics, but like
V, I noticed that you're dragging on that. You're dragging on it wrong, and I'm going to school you. Right? You're not supposed to smoke it like a cigarette. You're supposed to like draw and inhale at the same time, and hold it.
I thought it was like this.
No, hold on. Let me get you on the screen again.
Ugh.
All right, do it.
Smoke it to the ash, brother.
Yeah.
I've got pictures of them making art in marijuana too. So honestly,
See, and you got to hold it, V. You're not even. Oh, rookie, virgin lung.
Yeah, you gotta hold it in like the pro.
Hold it like the pros.
Yeah.
So, no, all right. So we've established, Rich. I don't think it's based on any kind of drug use. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
V, on the other hand, he's the tougher one to convince.
No worries.
I'm like I said, I'm very easy to convince. And by the way, anybody else in the chat, I already took the shot, for God's sakes.
I didn't see you take a shot.
That is
well,
some
to
bullshit.
be fair, I barely see your screen. You know.
I know for a fact you saw me take the shot. You were a liar, and you heard me do the whole thing. All right, I'll do another
you called
one.
my bluff, sir.
I'll do another one for my. This is the last of the bottle too. This is the last of my El Silencio. This is the last of it. I'll have to buy another bottle. I really only drink it when we're on the show. So, anyways, this one's to Mike because Mike likes to lie in the chat. He's a liar. He's a fibber in the chat.
Yeah.
And
like
so is
Sergeant
V.
Smith, whenever he used to catch me lying, I'd be all like quietly telling him my lie, and then he'd go, "Liar!" And I'd be, "Oh shit!"
Okay.
I get all freaked out.
Liar!
Oh yeah, did you do it? You take the
did.
shot.
I did. And you were sitting there bullshitting again, so you didn't even see the thing.
Good man, Charlie Branja.
Richard,
Yes, sir.
I want to know, can I send a message through you?
Oh, here it comes.
Do it yourself because I don't need too many. Like, it's not happening. You don't need
so
me.
we can't
That's
do
the thing.
telephone. So I want to know how. So if I want to send a message to the aliens
Just
with
go
the
out and-
intention of them responding and getting a legitimate response back from them, can you give me the step by steps? And then after that, we'll move into we'll actually do the pictures for you. So.
Just go out into a night sky, or look. Just go out and look at the stars and say, aliens, come down. On my 31st birthday, I was never into science fiction. You have to understand. I haven't even seen the original Star Wars. I haven't seen E.T. I'm like a blank slate for them, so I don't have that.
So I can just refer to them as aliens. Like I can, like that's what they are known to them. Like I can call out to aliens specifically. Is that what you're telling me here? I can just go, "Hey, aliens!" Like
I like
that
to
seems like an interesting nomenclature. like they know they're the alien.
What do they call themselves?
Yeah,
like
what do
how
they
would
call
we flag them down? Like how would they know that we're like part of the crew? You know what I mean? Like what would get us if because we could call them aliens and they'll be like, "Oh, these assholes don't even know who we are." Like, let's go visit this dickhead, but he doesn't have the he doesn't even like call us by our preferred nomenclature.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
what would we call them to let them know that we're like the proper gang sign to get the aliens to respect us as people calling upon them.
Yeah, well, eloquently put, Tom. Eloquently
Thank
you. I don't know how to respond to that. I like to say that the whole universe is in cahoots except for us. We're like the whole thing about the Israeli official saying, "Oh, we've been interacting with aliens, but they're not ready." No, you're ready. All you have to do is, if you don't have to wait for disclosure for 100 days, 150, 60 days, or whatever it's coming on, just go out and look at the moon and stare at the moon, and it'll start slowly coming down. But if you want a specific name, I think they're called the Yahyel group. Yahyel.
Sounds like a Hebrew word.
That sounds like Yahweh.
I am Jewish, by the way, just so you know.
So do you spell it? Do you spell it YHYL?
YAHYEL.
No, I'm saying, but you gotta understand.
Really?
You gotta understand.
You would spell it backwards, though, right? So
no, but Rich, you gotta spell it YHYL because you guys don't use verbs in the writing, right?
Honestly, I had my bar mitzvah. I'm circumcised, but I like my bacon.
TMI.
Yeah, come on, guy, come on. Hey, no, I have a question for you. Well, you're the first Jewish person that we've had on the show. I have some questions. That intrigues me almost as much as the alien stuff.
All right.
You don't mind? You don't mind?
No, of course not. What?
Okay, as a Jewish person, as a Jewish person, have you been discriminated against ever?
No. I honestly, I would run into stereotypes are based in reality. I would run into, even though pennies aren't valid here anymore, I would run into the street to grab a penny. So. But no.
Have you ever been called like a racial epithet, like that refers to your ethnicity?
You mean the K word, basically?
Sure.
No,
sure.
I don't know. I don't know what the word is. That's what I was getting at.
You know what it is, V. Don't you dare. And we're in
I
trouble.
Don't know what it is.
I'll tell you what. We're in trouble because we have a lot of friends of the show who are anti-Zion. So I want you to be.
Yeah.
I'm putting it lightly,
I'm not
right?
Anti-Zion.
Yes, V. Let's be honest. You express a lot of anti-Zion.
I can't even believe you would say. How dare you?
How dare you, sir? No, but just go ahead and ignore the chat from now on, Rich.
I'm not even looking at it. Don't worry.
Okay, just making sure.
Right.
But when he says, yeah, so do you feel discriminated against? Do people use a lot of anti-Israeli, anti-Zion, anti-Semitic terminology against you, and not necessarily just a slur, but in general?
My nickname, my last name is McGill, but it was originally Weinstein, Bloom, and Barkin. But when my grandparents moved to a small town, they changed it from Barkin because it was too Jewish to McGill. So I'm not Irish at all.
That's like the dude on Better Call Saul, right?
Exactly, but Magill instead of MC.
That's actually pretty dope. That's
cool. Is there any? Can I ask you this, because this is going to be a question that comes up. A lot of people recognize a lot of people in the chat, I'm sure, will love to. Blame like you said, the Israeli not prime minister. He was the Israeli.
My book is copyrighted 2019, so I've had this book for over a year. This has been a 3.5 year process. This is long before.
Right. No, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about like what people associate this. There's some kind of connection between the Jews and the aliens, right?
Yeah, I've read in the Montauk book. I've read they mentioned that. Yeah.
So what's the story with that? You have some inside. Are you a practicing Jew or are you?
Absolutely not. No, I like my lobster bacon.
Are you pro?
I like my lobster bacon cheeseburger sandwiches. So I'm not just by ancestry, not by religion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, I mean, no worries. It doesn't affect me in any way. It's and you don't have to win these monsters over in the chat.
No,
they'll do their thing.
Did I do something bad by making asking that question?
No,
did I unleash
of course not. No,
I hope not. I'm actually high. I just smoked a big old joint. So if I do anything bad, scold me. You know.
Well, I'm just trying. Listen, I'm just here trying to get a way to communicate with aliens effectively and efficiently.
I know what you're trying to get
so
at.
that I can get them to come down.
Get your message to them directly. I know. I get it.
So that I can commandeer one of their vehicles. I've been training like crazy. And I intend to take it back to the Galactic Federation and destroy the Galactic Federation.
Right, I know.
That is
we
my
all
goal.
know this. Everybody that listens to our show knows that you're trying to get a message to the Galactic Federation.
I need to let them know. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And if I can do it without involving Rich, because I don't want to hurt his, relationship with
Most
the
people
aliens.
don't want to be associated with us as it is. We've gone over that too.
But if Rich is willing to give me the information I need to communicate with these aliens in a way that I can get them to come down here. Now that leads me to another thing that we talked about recently. How effective are they at reading the mind and understanding intent, right? So like if
huge,
I were to
huge.
Okay, so that's a big thing. Can you talk more about that a little bit?
Okay, well let me tell you a quick story about how I like you. That's the hardest part of interact with them, because they talk telepathically. So when you say, oh, I speak to aliens, oh, you're schizophrenic, right? So that's hard to, and you don't know what's your imagination or what's them actually talking to you. So one of the ways I've devised to hone the conversation is, before I open a fortune cookie, I would ask them, hey, give me a word. And sometimes I've only got like 3 out of 6 numbers, so I'm not going to win the lottery with them. But one of the funniest ones of, before I open the fortune cookie, I say hiccups. And then I open the fortune cookie and it said, be prepared for a sudden and unexpected change of events. So the one time they actually got a word in my head. We play like word games. So I was about to go for a drive, and I'm mumbling to myself as usual, and I say horseshit, and then I repeat and correct myself, horse shit. So don't think anything of it. All right, no worries. I'm driving. 15 minutes later, stopped at a red light. I look at the license plate in front of me. It says Heffa lump. Hefa lump.
Like the elephants on the
Heifer,
Dumbo.
like
Right, that guy.
So are you sure you don't have Tourette's? That sounds like a Tourette's thing to me. Or at least an excuse to have Tourette's.
You can't just blame everything on Tourette's, V. No, there are some people in the chat here that have questions, and I'm a little curious about some of these things. By the way, welcome to the chat. Looks like I Love God, Clout VRO 88, and J1 2P. Yeah, welcome to the chat, you guys. So somebody, and the guy with Crocs, which is also a funny name.
Yeah, that's good.
Richard, are your aliens a part of the Federation or the Empire? So, and I think a better way to describe that more inclusively would be to say, are they part of the Galactic Federation that we're now learning about, or are they a part of some other type of collective, some kind of socialist type of network?
Well, I can read what...
Are they communists?
Yeah.
Filthy commie aliens too? On top of that.
Hello, my name is
On top of
Tim.
being aliens, they're also communists.
Hold on.
Hello, my name is
They're
Tim,
coming
and
from
we
all
are
sides,
the
man.
well. We are an advanced race of intelligent, otherworldly beings. The planet SEGA, located 473,000 light years from Earth in the Orion star system, which can be seen from Earth. We send this message to you in the hope of communicating with us. We have been around long before humans, and we will be here long after. We are a peaceful species on our world. There is no war, no government, no conflict. We possess the understanding that war is meaningless. It resolves nothing but more conflict to occur. For so long, you have been searching. You are on the right track, but little do you know there is life here in your own solar system. Mars, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, Titan, and Ceres. These are the worlds that harbor life within your system. Even on your own moon. You do not have to believe me. I do not expect you to. We just want you to listen to the message that we have to send you. The message is that war is absolutely meaningless. It means nothing. It never will. It resolved nothing but more conflict. Conflict itself is meaningless. It was almost nothing, just like war. There's no point in fighting amongst each other. The most important lesson we have learned about the universe is that life is infinite. It is random, but there is meaning. The meaning of life is what you make it. It is what you choose it to be. But not everyone on your world sees this, as you have to separate each other, countries, and by color and different belief systems. You may believe what you wish. That is your choice to make it. It is not our place to change history, but we can't tell you that God is not the one creator. We are not saying there is no God, but we are not saying there isn't. What you choose to believe, it's almost done, is your own choice with life. There is a beginning, but there is no end. And time is an illusion, a deception created by your chemical perception so you can distance ourselves rather than stay together. You've created schedules, clocks, work days. Okay, that's about. So that's. I found that comment in.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
That's.
I want to hear what comes after, because you were quick to dismiss it. Is there some other stuff after it that you're trying to hide from us, Richard?
No, you got. It's no. It's
What's the PS line? I want to hear that.
Yeah, that's a good question. Good question.
I sent you the first bunch of pages in my book. It's the second page in, so I'm not trying to hide it at all.
No, I'm just.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
He said it's an alien from planet Sega in the Orion system.
Planet Sega, like the game system?
Well, I think it's spelled differently. How do you spell Sega, Richard?
Sega. Remember the 90s commercial?
SEGA.
Oh, so it is spelled the same way.
But it might be a spelling mistake. Okay, so like I said, the very first time we made definitive contact is with them locking onto my cell phone from space.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Go back. I've got questions.
Yeah.
How did this alien from the Sega universe write a letter?
It's a Sega planet. It's from the Orion galaxy. The
Sega planet from the Orion galaxy. How does he write a letter to you?
Okay, so I like to say success is the best form of revenge. After a month or two of interacting with them, I talked to my family. I told them, guys, I'm talking to aliens. I'm crazy, whatever. And my cousin told me about the movie A Beautiful Mind, in which the protagonist thinks he's the Russian spies are communicating through classified.
Russell Crowe. Yes, we've all seen it. We've all seen Beautiful Mind.
Okay, so I found that in YouTube comment section, but I have the best example of how that could be anybody just playing games. How do you know that's my business partners? I don't. Okay, but the last page of my book, about the author page, I tell a story about how I was in my first year of university. I want to get into advertising, and the English teacher gave us the essay before, and then said, don't go online and look at it. I want you to just ponder it and write it. And then everyone, obviously, they want to get a good start. They go online, look at the essay. I think it was called like One Man is No Island or some sort of thing. And she accuses everyone of cheating. And the one word she used is, because you all use the word nonchalant. And I like that word. I use that a lot, and that really pissed me off. So after the first year,
put that Instagram picture on that you're talking about, the nonchalant.
Yes, if you could.
Did he answer my question though?
He's working.
Did you answer?
I'm working on it. Okay, so after typing that story, and then I went to Venezuela after first year of university, drove forklifts, didn't do anything too much to account with my life. And then, so after typing up this about the author page, it was a YouTube video about aliens, most likely. But one of the very first few comments, it said, "We are aliens, nonchalant." The name of it is Nonchalant. 1 year ago. So
it's a tweet.
No, a comment. We are aliens, but the name of it is Nonchalant. Yeah. So it's like coincidence of all the words. Most likely it's a coincidence.
It's not a tweet. Look, I'm not familiar with like social media that well. I'm kind of a noob.
A YouTube comment.
Tom, your volume is really low for some reason on my end.
That is weird. How about now? Can you hear me now? I haven't changed anything. It's the aliens. It's the damn aliens.
It's that, or it's the FBI guy that we didn't acknowledge again.
All right.
Or J-Rab. Could be J-Rab.
So yeah, I have that picture pulled up here. We are aliens, and then there's another one. It says DS Eldridge. Is there any kind of like anything with that? And in the end, the something is equal to the.
Oh, and yeah, I just used in the end, the love you make is equal to the love you take. Because I put funny comments that don't have anything, that aren't.
So it is a tweet. Is it a tweet or is it not a tweet?
It's a YouTube
I don't get
comment,
it.
It's a YouTube comment.
Oh, YouTube comment.
Not a tweet.
Oh.
No tweet.
Oh, YouTube comment. What was the video they were commenting on?
I forget, but it's most likely to do with aliens.
Well, isn't that important? That seems like an important thing.
Yeah, I know, but just the name Nonchalant, that's the whole thing. The story I wrote, and an hour later.
Nonchalant.
the story was, the whole point was of the story was she used the word nonchalant, and that one event really pissed me off, and I didn't want to get into advertising anymore. And I fucked around in Venezuela for 38 days and totally altered my life to be doing this now instead. And after writing the text for that, an hour later, I found that. And I don't have to go through hundreds of comments. It was like one of the very first ones. So coincident, after 100 coincidences like that, when can you reasonable doubt gets,
So we're on this. What we'll do right now, Richard, is we're on this book. While we're in the book, we'll just continue in the book. Okay. So I'm pulling up a page here. It looks like, and for anybody who's at home, you can purchase this book from Richard. How much is this book, Richard?
35 US or 37 with a shipping or with a tracking number delivered right to your door. I'm not doing it through Amazon. I have to give 50% of the profits to environmental causes. So I have no website. I go to my Twitter, Richard McGill #2, and direct message me, PayPal, and we'll send you the book.
Yep, his Twitter is there. You can see it right there. Let's look at this picture here. It looks like it's some kind of a block of. It looks like marble, some kind of rock.
Correct.
With toast, kind of like toast.
Roast. No more Jesus burnt toast faces. This is marble smiley face, interdimensional little person.
Okay, can we describe? Can you describe this or kind of talk about how you came upon this rock, or how they created this piece of art for you?
No, that was just it was like a knight for a big chess, like when you play chess, like it looked like a knight. But it was in my family. It broke, so this is the flat bottom piece. Just put it down, stare at it for 10 minutes, half hour. Most of spent is like 2 hours looking at I would sprinkle substances and they would whip it up in that, but they also do in marble.
Okay, so
what am I looking at here?
You see like a little kiss, like the big nose.
This isn't a piece of toast?
No, this is a marble.
What's the big deal about the marble? You have to explain it to me.
Marble slab. It's a marble slab.
Break it down kindergarten, Barney style. I don't understand art, although I know film well. I don't know if you'd consider that.
I asked them for a smiley face in the sky. So they
are you saying there's an image? There's an image on the marble?
I would assume there's a couple. Looks like.
Is that Rob Thomas? Is that Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20?
That's Santana from Smooth.
Oh yeah. It's the. What am I looking at here? Is it old G Wiz?
No, that's not G Wiz. All right, so then we got this other picture here. It looks like we're just gonna move on. It looks like there's some kind of blue. It's like predominantly blue, and you've got this big old description on the right side. I'm having a hard time reading it, but it looks like some rocks, some brown rocks inside of a blue ink or some kind of blue liquid.
Blue pigments.
Yeah. Can you describe that for me?
No, go right to your screen. It's like crop circles farther away. I've taken 20,000 pictures, but that one is that's the thing I was reading. You can read at the bottom, finish it. But that's just quesadilla toppings. They make art in everything.
I love quesadillas. What is it? What are we talking about? Quesadillas?
You got the munchies?
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you smoke weed on the show.
Yeah.
All right, so that's quesadilla toppings. Then we got this one. Aliens hijacked my printer and left their mark. What happened here?
That I was printing a picture on my a little printer at home, and it like made a red like a mark, and then a little thing at the bottom. And when you zoom into it, that's what you see. It looked like tag or signature.
That looks like meth. That looks like some meth right there.
It looks like a bubbly. Yeah, it looks like it bubbled and cracked.
No, that's
something.
Shatter. That's Blue Dream. What's the name of Walter White's? What's his speed called?
I don't remember what it's called.
Blue Dream. Blue.
Looks like a blue mosquito kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like some wet. You know what I mean? Like. You know what I mean? Like
that's a Galactic Federation.
Your toe in the pool on the deep end.
Insignia.
Oh, so is that some kind of insignia? Hey, let me ask you this: what are the racist slurs for aliens. Are there any? Like, are they aware of
yeah,
any?
good question. Solid question.
Demon, angel, most likely.
They don't like being called that?
Most likely, that you know, when good things happen, it's angels, but when bad things happen, oh, it's aliens or demons. No, I think it's ghosts that are really the ones you should look out for.
Oh.
I don't know.
So you're acknowledging that all of those things exist or not?
Possibly. I have no experience too much. When I before my uncle died, I thought I had something in my head like telling, like a male presence, and I thought it was the magic brownie piece that I had. But then the next day I wake up and my cousin says, "Oh, your uncle died." So
Magic brownie? You mean like a weed brownie?
Yes,
an
correct.
edible of some sort.
Oh, okay.
A little piece, cookie to be exact. But
Yeah, I've had it. I've had one.
Yeah, Mike says
I was
moon
only- I was
monkey
only
buggers.
ghosting.
Is moon monkey buggers one that they would frown upon?
Moon monkey buggers. Pretty good,
Funny-
Mike. I like that.
Funny you mentioned.
See, the thing is we're trying to come up with a racial epithet to call an alien. We want to be the first to be able to do that. We want them to show up and we have a racial epithet just lined up so that when they walk out, Tom can call them that and then, you know, do his declaration of Galactic Federation destruction and all.
Yeah, my word.
Yeah,
I would just say angel.
Angels
Take
and
away,
demons.
take away their, you know, steal their thunder from
Yeah,
aliens.
their personhood, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not going to show any more pictures from the book. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show some of these pictures of the actual art that you, the physical art that you sent me. And it looks like this one here was something that you grilled on the grill.
Yeah, that was actually one of the suggestions was to put sunglasses and mustaches in their things. And it actually kind of looks like my uncle that I was just talking about.
Yeah, it does look a little bit like a person in there. You can almost see it.
Yeah.
Is that some steak on the grill?
That's what it looks like. What was it? Was it actually a steak?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you eat that?
Absolutely. I didn't even know. I took a picture. I didn't even look at it until afterwards. It looks
What
like
is that? What am I looking at? A piece of steak? For why?
Yeah. But
He just explained that, V.
Well, remember, I don't see what you guys see. You got to tell me.
Oh, well, if you're not able to see it, then
What is it? Look, I don't understand.
Looks like a cartoonish character with mustache and sunglasses, but from far, you keep moving the screen back like continuously, and then the image will come into focus, something completely different. You flip the image over, you do the same thing, it comes in another image. It's like one picture is like 20 pictures.
yeah.
It just looks like some well done ass steak to me. That's all I see.
Fair enough. That's not like the most.
It looks like a Frenchman to me. It does. It looks like he's got like this big handlebar mustache and like a funny hairstyle, like an old timey Frenchman.
Keep moving back from the screen, and there's a certain point it's gonna look in something totally different. You gotta. The thing about it's not 2D.
It's like one of those schooner ones where you got to stare at it for a long time.
Yeah, you gotta cross your eyes.
You got to cross your
I
eyes.
thought that might have been one of the things, yes, but I think it's more. I say the art is like half Walt Disney and half Salvador Dali.
You know
So,
what
like,
it kind of looks like? Remember we were talking about this not too long ago, the cats, the butthole cut? It kind of looks like the cats, like
Yeah.
one of the cats characters.
I remember that, but I don't see what you're talking about.
Well, it's there. Let's
Like
see.
the shape of it, or like the imprint. Am I
The
looking
face, yeah, the face in the imprint. You can kind of see it. It's like a very Courage the Cowardly Dog artsy. You know, like kind of a weird. Anyways, we'll move on. Also, right here, Richard, we
I
got
don't see
this.
No, but I was going to say Salvador Dali. You know the painting that with Lady Liberty, and when you're 20 meters away from it, it turns into Abraham Lincoln.
Tom,
It's
you
like
didn't
similar
even
to
take
that.
up the chance to go, you dumb bastard. You didn't,
I
you didn't even seize that
I missed it.
opportunity. You dumb bastard.
Well,
It's
I
a
wanted to keep moving. I wanted to keep moving with the picture because oh no, I know what you're talking about. This Salvador Dali. It looks like a pixelated version of
Correct,
Abraham.
correct.
And then you see that old girl in the middle of it with the behind.
That old girl.
Lady Liberty.
So we got here. Are you seeing this rock now
Yeah,
on your screen?
absolutely.
What's the deal with this? Tell me.
Okay, so after a month or two of interacting with them every day, I asked them for a gold and meteorite lace dagger like the one found in King Tut's tomb. Here I am given a dream job of all dream jobs, documentarian to aliens, and now I'm asking them for gifts. That's the Jew in me, I guess. Never enough, right?
Hold on. I'll do
Good
the.
one.
I'll do the. This,
where's
this
our
thing, right? The hand
So
thing.
So after pestering them for a couple days, maybe a week or two, I found this rock in the exact same spot that they locked onto my cell phone. Some characteristics of it. It's not the best picture, but it's got a parallel. I chipped it, so I dropped it and chipped it, but it was complete. It had a nice, beautiful parallel sign, parallel design, a sharpened edge, a notch for fastening, 2 flat sides, and it's magnetic, highly magnetic, and the earth rock magnetite. When you scratch it on tile, it leaves a dark mark, but meteorites do not, and this one does not.
So you're making a dagger out of this?
No, I asked for a gold, like, if there's a famous gold and meteorite, like the
faux hammer. You're talking about glam drain.
I asked for, like, there's something that they found in King Tut's tomb.
What is it?
It looks like a perfect
sting.
tomahawk head, right? That if Indians have, but it's.
Well, I believe they prefer to be called indigenous peoples. Right. No, I don't, Frank. I don't honestly care about that.
So is it going to be the
Inuits?
Did the Cleveland Indians change their name to Cleveland
Caucasians?
Aborigines?
Yeah, they're called the Cleveland Caucasians now.
Really?
We took it from them.
So you're not making a dagger with it? You're not going to make sting and fight off spiders of Middle Earth?
I already just dropped and shipped it once, so it's more like, I say they're art. They make art for me. They make this weaponry. That's as much as I'm going to get. I'm not going to get a gold and meteorite lace dagger.
I'd love to get a weapon from the aliens. Can you get a message to the aliens and let them know that I want a weapon that is like?
You have to ask yourself. He's already told you this, V.
Are you telling me that I can go outside and pray to aliens and they'll give me an alien weapon?
Possibly.
That's what I'm looking for.
If you're a good boy and you deserve it, or you're gonna get a piece of.
No, so they're like Jesus then.
No, they're like Santa.
Santa. Oh, yeah.
You have to be a good boy. So it's kind of like, remember those asteroids that fell and then somebody took them and turned them into 1911s, and they're called the Big Bang 1911s. Yeah, somebody prayed for those.
Yandu Undanta, right?
No, I don't know who that is. You're thinking of a character from Star Trek, aren't you?
Right.
So now we've got this one, Rich. So there's like a tiny pebble that has a hole in it.
Yeah, I found that on my birthday. Now you have to understand, I didn't pick up 100 different little rocks around my house. I just picked up a couple. You get inclinations. Hey, let me go to, like, it's like every day. I'm Jewish, but I feel like I have every time I walk my dog or go into the backyard, it's like an Easter egg hunt. Go around, hey, let me look for stuff.
Dude, that is a fossilized toe. That's somebody's stinky toe. That's the toe. That is the toe from the Big Lebowski. You want a toe? I can get you a toe.
Amateurs.
That's what that is. That's the toe from the Big Lebowski. It just lacks the green nail polish, I think.
No, that's a rock. I can't tell you whether it's a moon rock from SEGA or just a rock they found and did that, but I can honestly say I did not do that.
SEGA, the gaming system?
The planet that he was on.
That they say they're on.
Yeah, the
How
Orion.
do you know they're from SEGA? How do you know they're from Planet SEGA?
I don't. That's just a comments section that they said.
Yeah, that's what these aliens from SEGA Orion. So, do they rival the people from SEGA Saturn? Just kidding. Ha ha ha. All right, so Richard.
It took me a second to get that one, but I give you it.
Richard, thank you.
That's gold, motherfucker, gold.
So that's what I'm going to do from now on. Is I'm just going to do like a lazy laugh after my own horrible jokes.
Yeah.
So we've got this rock here, Rich. It reminds me of an owl, and I don't know why, but it makes me think of owls. It's kind of like, or a toad maybe.
Well,
It's got the
That's
coloration.
the ogre, the face. That's where I
Okay.
look in the acid. That's what I'm saying. But if
That
you
looks like
flip-
pan dulce.
That's just a
You guys
little
know-
rock, right?
You guys
But-
know what pan dulce is?
Yeah, it's candy bread.
Yeah, pan dulce. Yeah, that's right. You're married
that's a
to a
little rock,
Mexican.
little tiny
You
rock.
know you have Mexican children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what that is.
I sure do.
Some pan dulce. I don't know if we have any Mexican fans that know what we're talking about. Well, we do,
you know,
right?
who
We have
knows? Yeah, we do have some. We do.
our super secret fan.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, pan dulce. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, it's a little rock. I promise you.
And then we got these. It looks like somebody went ahead.
Flip it over, and you'll see other alien faces. Like any which way you look at it is different. It's just a little rock. It's really
All right, flip it over. Flip it over.
I can't flip a picture over on the computer.
Oh,
Well,
What?
people at home can do it.
So
What?
Richard, we have this here.
Enhance.
It looks like the aliens destroyed some currency, which is a federal offense under the Queen. And I have no choice but to tell Trudeau what you did here.
All right. Well, you know what?
Like I'm gonna tell Trudeau anything. I don't like
call
that
him
guy.
on the phone.
It's like
Get Trudeau on the horn.
Banksy dollars.
The
Yeah.
loony, right? The loony.
These are pennies. Like they're put out of service. We don't accept them anymore. They round up or down anymore, so they're not going to be. I don't know what you guys still have pennies in America, obviously,
We
right?
do.
Wait,
yeah.
these are so. This is Canadian money, isn't it called
Yeah.
loony?
I'm from. These are pennies though, like 1 cent.
You're from Canada.
I
Do they
can't
have?
guess. Yes,
Man, that is awesome.
yeah.
But isn't your guys' money called loony?
the dollar? 100 of these would make a loony. Yes.
See, I told you, Tom. I told you it was
Well,
called
And
I
loony.
do believe you.
200 is toonie. we're very,
It's called loony.
honestly, you guys really should change from Fahrenheit to
Listen,
Celsius.
it's
so
easy.
much easier. 0 degrees, it freezes. 100 water
Loony,
boils.
Loony,
So easy.
Toony,
I don't know what you're missing.
Treeny, Forny, Finey,
Is
Cinny,
that fine?
Senny, 80, 90, and Tenny. That's what it
That
is.
can't be what it is. That can't be what it is.
Not probably like the two things that he said were true. then my shit was just guessing.
That was good. That was
Thank
good.
you.
I like that.
You got to say it with confidence. So what happened
Yeah,
here
I
with these
believed
toonies?
it for a little bit. I was there with you. Going, wow,
I just
who
found them.
knows this?
But one of the books I read, it said like 1 hour on our time is equal to 2-3 hours on our time is equal to a year on their time. So if they were to take the penny from us, go around maybe and a quick jaunt around wherever they go, it would turn out like this, like really broken, a little piece at the bottom. But the main thing is the art that they make in the penny. It's not the best picture, but you can like kind of make it out. It's like, I call it virtual reality art. So it's like you zoom in and you see what they look like and what they do.
Can you zoom in right now? Enhance.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see what I can
Enhance.
I'm
Can you
trying.
zoom in?
Hold
I
on.
wanna see.
Give me a second here.
So you wouldn't clean these then? Like it's not a good idea.
Oh no, I like the patina on it. It's nice.
So which one do you want? Do you want me to zoom in on the left one? Because
You know
that's
what?
the one that
on
looks like
the
a
left
person.
looks like. It looks like the Rat Fink. Remember Rat Fink from the '80s? He rode that. It was always on T-shirts. He was like riding on a buggy. And his eyes were all
I know what you're
Rat
talking
Fink. Yeah. That's what I see. See, I'm trying to see stuff, man. I'm trying.
Cabbage Patch Kid, maybe there somewhere.
Yeah, it kind of looks like you see the teeth and like these big bulbous eyes and kind of like pointy.
Yeah.
But you're
Yeah,
like,
that I can see.
from where you are, you probably keep moving the screen back. Also, that also helps. It kind of looks like ET, maybe a little bit the head.
It looks like a Muppet. Yeah, absolutely. It looks like a Muppet.
You see the little mustache, like the Salvador Dali mustache.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see a mustache, but I definitely see eyes and a mouth.
Yeah, you can see it right
And some
there. I
hair.
zoomed
It
in
looks
a
like
little
it
bit
has hair.
further for you.
Like
Like
punk
big
rock hair.
headphones. Yeah, maybe like headphones on the sides of the head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff, Rich. All right, we'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Looks like you've got a tiger, a lion, a jaguar, and a cheetah.
A jaguar.
No,
You
is
jaguar.
this alien?
That's
Is
the
this
first-
alien art,
you
or
tell-
what is
You know
that?
what you call a jaguar when you see him in the jungle? That's what you call them. First time you see a jaguar.
Call him a
That-
fagwar. See
That,
what you get away
that's
with.
a cross-stitch picture thing I found. It was 100% complete. About a decade ago, I was walking my dog, and I found that outside my bedroom. I don't know, my bedroom. Outside. So someone spent hours making this, and then just drops it on the floor. And this, I call this our long-term project. If you all the black, I didn't take a picture of it because I didn't think this was going to happen. But I just flip it over and watch invisible UFO energy make art in the other side. So all the black in the tigers, lions, and the side of all that is missing. All that black space in
Would
the
you
face.
call this like would you call this like an Afghan? Is that an Afghan?
No, that's cross stitch picture. This art, just a cross stitch picture.
Would you throw it over your like couch though? Like
No,
drape it on your couch?
It's small, but I taped it. I sewed it onto the T-shirt. The next picture you should show is the opposite side of it. But this shows all the black in the spaces wasn't there. So like what we know as crop circles is like kindergarten level, like white belt level. What they invisible UFO or insect size or microscopic or whatever type UFOs or energy or demons, aliens, angels, whatever energy is able to manipulate strings to this extent without me touching it at all. Just flip it over and watch for hours upon hours. I honestly think that they're waiting for me to get on the Joe Rogan podcast because he's such a proponent, and they're just gonna boom, 10 seconds or maybe a couple minutes to finish the whole thing. But
So is that what this picture is? The reverse side of it?
absolutely.
You're telling me that aliens are cross-stitching a picture of animals that the cat of the cat family?
It was animals on the opposite side, and you flip it over, you're not supposed to see anything. It's a work in progress. It's not 100%. It's not done.
But that doesn't answer my question. Is it aliens that are cross-stitching a Afghan, or what's happening here?
Cross stitch. A cross stitch
Cross-stitch,
a
patch.
picture, a
Cross-stitch.
yeah, a 3D patch on the opposite side.
Are you from
So,
Montreal, Rich?
So
No.
yes, aliens.
Close to Toronto.
Cross-stitch.
Close to Toronto.
Cross-stitching aliens. Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah,
That seems like kind of a silly thing, though. It seems like there's much
It
more
did-
extravagant things to do than cross-stitching.
Well, these are artists, so here's my
they're
opinion on it.
alien artists. Honestly, it's
So-
not. It's not. They don't. They're trying to find this in a nice, disclosure in a way that's not going to scare everybody, right? They're not going to just come down and say, "Hey,
So-
when they come down, we send fighter jets, right?" So they make me art. That's really preposterously hard to do.
Allow me
3D.
to go on the defense for these
No.
alien folks, for these moon joggers or whatever it was that Mike called them earlier. Allow me to go
Yeah.
on the defense for these guys.
Yeah, the moon monkeys. He
So
called them
V,
moon
that's
monkeys.
right, the moon monkeys. So V, I think so. You have to remember that there are different occupations, right? These are like the art. Art is not the only occupation that exists here. Likewise, it is not the only occupation or hobby that exists for aliens. So it just so happens Rich has contact with a lot of the art,
Artistic, right? Yeah,
the autistic ones, right? And then we have like other ones, probably like this Israeli national defense guy, and whoever all in our government is probably in touch with a lot of the political guys,
the subterfuge guys.
and then the military guys and those sort of stuff. And I'm sure there are people elsewhere who have contact with, I don't know, the cooks, right?
The probe kind,
Yeah, those guys too. The perverts, the pedos probably have contact with the
You know what
probing
this
ones.
sounds like to me? You know what this sounds like to me?
Please.
It sounds like, remember that thing we talked about the other day when we were in the city that we weren't in on the 6th?
Right. Yeah.
It was about the genius. Remember we talked about the genius in like ancient lore?
Yeah.
It was like basically every human being that was like an artist or something had this thing called a genius, which essentially was like a god in those days, right? A deity of some sort. But these genius would work their, I don't know, art through the recipient. And it was like that recipient. And it was interesting too, because often dancers, especially in Spain, when they started like dancing, they would say ole, 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 right? Which means like as like a reference to God, I guess, like Allah or something, right? Like Allah, Allah, Allah. And so these fucking genius, right? That's why they called people that were artists genius at that time, because it was saying they had this deity with them. Kind of like if you watch, there's this anime, I'm going to nerd out for a second. There's this anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and they have these things called stand, and it's like a second them that appears, and it's got like some superpower, right? You get where I'm going with this? Does that make sense? But this is a thing that existed in like mythology, or I don't know, not mythology, like history, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I might be pissing off a lot of artists.
No, go ahead. We piss everybody off here.
Yeah, we're so alienated, dude. We're so alienated.
I know, but I'm just saying, for me, I'm gonna have so many targets on my head after this.
Well, you would have anyways, just by interacting with us.
Yeah, just being on our show, you're screwed now, dude. You're so
you're done for.
Yeah.
All good. I thought a good run.
Yeah, what did you think coming on our show was gonna make you like hit big?
No.
Yeah, right. No, I'm just kidding.
I've got two more podcasts.
We're totally legit. We're authorities. We're authorities on the paranormal, and
we do. People come here. People come here for. People come here for the because they want to hear the legit takes on the paranormal. They don't come here because they don't want to hear the stuff where like people are like, well, no shit, 100%. They want to hear somebody who sounds like them talking about that paranormal thing, and that's why they come here to us. So go ahead, Rich.
Yeah.
Sell your merch or whatever you were about to say just now. Titties. What about this UV, this purple art that you have here in the
powder graphite?
Yeah, talk about that for me, would you?
That's powder graphite. I just sprinkle it down, and that's like an example of the UFO energy making art. So it's the same thing. It's like crop circles, but you gotta keep moving the screen back, and eventually the image will come into focus.
Do you think I could do that personally with the
schooner? It's a schooner.
It's not a schooner, you dumb bastard.
You dumb bastard. A schooner is a sailboat.
You stupid head. All right, I'm gonna try to zoom in on it a little bit. Will it help if I zoom in some?
Shrink it down. That helps.
Oh, shrink it down. That makes more sense. You dumb bastard.
You dumb bastard.
It's like what crop circles are, but you have to view it from far away. I've taken so many pictures, zoomed in, macro. But I've waited for the complete the picture, but it's not. It has to be like one picture is 20 different pictures viewed from different angles. You need the book, and you take your phone and zoom into the pictures. You can't just flip through the book and say, "Oh, you're gonna look at it and like, well, I don't see anything." It's just your imagination. No, you need the book and a phone to zoom in. It'll be perfect for an app too. Eventually, maybe.
You're working on an app.
No, that's long term with my art museum too. Long term.
Where are you going to set up this this museum where we'll be able to come see it? Will it be in Canada? Will it be in where are you looking at opening? What's your business plan?
That's long term. Let me just sell the books first. I got 4,800 copies ready to go.
So we got to sell.
That's a little presumptuous, don't you think?
I know. If you don't want to travel, then I spent 3 years sitting watching this thing being made. So feel free to do it yourself or contact aliens. But by
praying, right? Like you got to pray to them.
Yeah.
So what happens if you create competition? What happens if competition is the alien art world so competitive?
Yeah,
that
what
you
if
guys
some
look it
Andy
out there?
Warhol dude figures this out?
Is it very cutthroat in the alien art world?
Well, I was thinking I'm going to be pissing off the Ancient Aliens show. That's no more ancient. It's now whenever you want to make the arts.
So what else do you have for us, Rich? That's pretty much it as far as pictures and stuff go.
Selfie. We never went through that.
You know what? I don't think I got the selfie. I don't think I got the picture of, because I put all the pictures on here. What does the selfie look like?
First alien UFO selfie.
Hold on, I might have that one.
What?
Is that the one that
That
looks
sounds-
like?
There's two. It's in the book, little yellowish gold and whites, but there's also a red version of it, an edited version. It's like the first time aliens took a picture on my. They've only done it twice. Can you put that picture up, and
I'm working on it. I'm looking for it.
I can
don't
send it to you
remember.
again if you.
No, I think you'll have to forgive me. I put all these pictures on here. Oh, hold on. What do you mean aliens aren't real? I don't mean to make them virtual reality. What's that one?
That's
That one
the
kind
title.
of looks
That's the
funky.
front page.
Oh, that's the front page of the book. Describe this alien selfie to me again.
It's well, one of the. It's there's two versions of it. When I sent you all the books, the pictures in the book,
Mhm.
it's two pictures: a yellow, white, reddish.
Yeah, I think I've got it right here.
Keep flipping. That's the front page. That's the title.
Looks kind of like one of them looks like a hot dog. What is it in the road?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I got pulled up here.
Okay, I see the title. But oh yeah, okay. So I'm by myself, but interacting with invisible UFOs. So try to keep it entertaining. I was playing. Yeah, that's it. Playing sock puppets, making silly / lewd gestures. I'm by myself, and I use the digital camera to just as like a maybe it's looking inside of it, But I didn't take any pictures. So just playing whatever. The next day on my new cell phone, this picture, there's two of them that came at different times. I don't know what the top one is. I can't tell you. I have no story about that. But then the other one,
All right.
bottom one, the arm is doing the exact same thing that I was doing. Making into the file size of it, both of them is in kilobytes, not megabytes. The source of it is cover camera, so it's not a screenshot. You take a screenshot, it's similar to that file size. But then you can see a little UFO floating above the bottom one. Yeah. So I was making the same arm, that same gesture like that the arm is doing, like playing.
What the fuck, dude? I don't understand it. What am I looking at here?
An arm that's playing with something else, like what I was doing, inserting, just lewd gestures, not jerking off or anything, just making
kind of like
puppets.
One of these,
like a finger,
like one of these, and maybe one of these,
and then there's,
maybe
there's
this,
something on top of it. I don't know,
and maybe
and then
that.
a little floating.
I can't see a screen, Tom, so I have no idea what you're.
Well, you'll know in a minute.
Is that right? I don't understand. So you're saying this is an alien selfie?
I'm
That's
saying
what you're
that,
saying?
yes.
That's your claim? That's the claim that you're making?
I pinky swear I did not take this picture. It just, yeah, there you go.
So where did it come from?
Not asthma. It just appeared on my phone.
Like a text message or something?
No, source camera is covered closed. I just had it just appeared on my phone. I did not take.
You don't think that you accidentally took a butt photo or something? You know when you do that, you sit on your phone and it accidentally or maybe this photo just was something that you didn't realize you took a picture of.
Like butt dialing, but instead
yeah,
it's
butt dialing. Yeah, like butt dialing.
Something floating above, and when you do that, the file it's in megabytes, like 2-3 megabytes.
Yeah.
Not kilobytes.
So they've perfected the art.
So how did they get a hold of your phone? Where did you?
It was just lying haphazardly, and they just. I went out and they took a picture of it.
So you're just assuming that this is an alien that stole your phone, is what you're saying?
They didn't steal it. They just used it.
But how do you know that it was aliens that did this? You didn't see them take your phone?
No, you can't really see them. Just use your third eye, right? But not like that.
I have two eyes, brother.
So no, he means your perennial eye, right? Your pineal gland.
You're talking about
Correct,
with the adrenochrome, right? With the boobs on the back of on your back.
No. This is a different thing. Pineal gland is like the gland that it's in your brain or right in between your eyes.
Oh,
and you have
some chakra, some chakra.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I got you.
But this just appeared on my phone. I promise you, I did not take this picture.
So what is there?
So on the top of that, I use a lot of trying to get some similar other people's opinions. So I've read 3 books from Dolores Cannon. If you guys know about her at all.
I don't know her.
Oh yeah, of course.
Famous
Of course.
famous hypnotherapist that in one of her so she
Is this the chick that actually she talked to Nostradamus? Actually, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's
okay.
the one.
Yeah, we talked
What's
about
her
her
name?
the other day.
What's her name?
Dolores Cannon. C-A-N-N.
Dolores Cannon. Is she related to Nick Cannon?
No, she's white.
Relative, black lady.
She's white. Like a cute grandma. But when you're hypnotized, you're most likely not going to lie as much as you are. So I don't know about the Nostradamus thing. I only read the books about the aliens. But when she hypnotized someone, I'll read it. A being from a higher plane, perhaps. It's hard. What is in the road? It's hard to say. I suppose if we lived in olden times, I would call it an angel. An angel? A being from a higher plane, perhaps. I see a man standing in the middle of my lane. He glows white all over, and his clothes appear to be white as well. Do you mean the glow is like an aura around him? Sort of, she had difficulty explaining. It's kind of like a black and white picture that's been a bit overexposed. Very light colored all over and white radiating out from it. So if they're in other dimensions or from stars, so that's the picture that appeared on my phone.
That's what you're drawing your conclusion from?
That's just something to bolster my claim.
But how?
A little bit
how
more.
is that? That doesn't even make the claim that that's an alien. It sounds like she saw an angel. I mean, that's what I thought.
Well, so that's kind of what we talk about, V. From occasionally we talk about this, about how angels. Remember we talked about Dante Alighieri's description of the heavens was actually the celestial bodies, and space, and how space is actually
divine comedy, or
and how Homeboy from a couple weeks ago, Dave Weiss, was talking about how space isn't real. It's actually that's where the heavens are and shit.
No, didn't he say it was like some jelly or something?
Well, it's water. Yeah, it's like water or something.
It's like a jelly.
But the fact is that he also said that
it's like pudding. It's like pudding out there.
That's not what it's like. That's not. Nobody has said that. Nobody's made that claim. No, but when they say,
I'm saying all the black, the dark matter that we can't just know what it is. I'm saying that possibly is where they're from, like the dimensions.
Is there any way, Rich, that you could tell us what the file format is on those pictures that were, like the really low space, the kilobytes? You said they were kilobytes, so they got to be some kind of compressed.
38. The thing about that is I lost my cell phone and I lost the original, so I'm very obviously distraught because
that is unfortunate for Rich.
Man, I kept my phone for like 3 years.
I know. Whoever stole
my
my
phone
cell
doesn't even have a
phone, I hate
case,
you.
and I take such good care of it.
I know. You know what? I always sign up for insurance because back in the day I used to drop my phone like a motherfucker, all the time, and then and I never had insurance. But now I'm I need insurance because I'm gonna drop my phone and I'm gonna break it. But then I buy the case, and then I never fucking drop my phone. So I end up spending all this extra money on insurance and on the case, and I never drop my phone ever. But I know that the time that I buy a new phone and I don't get insurance and I don't get the case, I'm going to drop it. It's going to be the first thing I do, not even out of the store. I'm going to drop my fucking phone.
That's how it works. That's random chaos for you.
That's what it is. It's those damn aliens again.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, Rich.
I know. I still have the fish. I still have the gifts. I still have they'll make art with me at any given time. I just sprinkle something. So I know. I've lost more priceless stuff than NASA will ever have, honestly. I feel bad.
Well, NASA isn't real. We've already determined. I mean, they're like a front, right? They're not. Well, come on. We've heard this from everybody.
Some crap that works with. Just some crap that works with the FBI to put LSD and
to make fake shit so that we believe in space,
to make memes and shit. They make memes.
So I think personally, Richard, that space people, the aliens that travel through space, I think that they're traveling through the dimensions rather than space, right? Because to travel, and your claim makes it even more plausible, right? Because you talk about these aliens being super mini tiny, right? Like they're microscopic.
Exactly. The very first day after walking off the job on my forklift job, I bought a digital camera, and I was in the backyard, and I noticed a little translucent blue ladybug-sized UFO floating around. So but we have nanotechnology, so why wouldn't aliens, right?
So now, do they riddle me this?
To make the odds and pennies is, you have to be kind of small, most likely, but
right,
or
now,
maybe not.
Now, who's making these gigantic crop circle ones, right? Because if it was a super mini tiny alien trying to make a big ass crop circle, I have a feeling it would take longer than overnight. Who's making these giant ones? Are there also super biggie giant ones as well as super mini tiny ones?
Super biggie giant ones, huh?
Super biggie giant aliens.
I recall watching a Dr. Greer lecture that he says a whole like mile wide spaceship can shrink down into basketball-sized UFO. So perhaps these are the one-seater fighter jet versions of the UFO that just makes art.
Okay.
That's why
the big ones are
another question?
the
I have
war
another question.
guys. Okay,
I have. I don't know if you did anything with the video that I was talking about. I have a 19.
I'm going to be honest. Richard. Richard, I've been kind to you. I've been supportive this whole time.
I appreciate it.
There was that one video that you sent me, and I just didn't see anything in it, and I couldn't bring myself to put it on the show because I couldn't make it out. I couldn't make anything out.
No. Okay.
So,
the oddball Aussie guy said he did see it. So.
Okay, well, that's kudos to him. I couldn't find it, and I didn't want to be the guy who brought up anything questionable. You know what I mean?
Feel free. Honestly, if you don't, that's fine. But at the 4-minute 15-second mark at the bottom of the paper, a little insect-sized UFO floats into the view, stops, wobbles back and forth, and then makes a slow motion somersault or backflip onto the paper. 5 minutes later, it goes to the other side of the paper, and then that's when it's at the edge of the paper, it pops out of our dimension.
Well, I'm inclined to believe you that it's there, and I'm inclined to believe the Aussie, the oddball Aussie, but I myself didn't see it, and I didn't want to, I didn't want to.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it my
I'm
turn?
sorry. No,
is it my turn? I'm curious, Richard. Can you answer a question for me?
I'll think about it, honestly.
Yeah. All right.
If not, I'll answer it. I got you.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Honestly,
what would you consider your area of study?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, every person has an area of study, right? Their subject matter expertise. Every person must, I believe. Do you agree, Tom? Do you agree with me? Every person.
I would agree, except for me. I'm like I study just about.
Yeah, you do all of it.
I've been all over the place.
You're like,
I'm like a hot mess.
Tommy's the jack of all trades. That Tom guy.
Master.
I was like I said. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a normal person that was a forklift driver, and for shits and giggles, I try to contact aliens. But
so how can you I don't know, give us some sort of assurance that you are an authority on what it is, the claim that you're making? I guess, for lack of a better word, what could you?
He's calling you out, Richard.
All the stuff.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
All the stuff that I've been showing you, and
images is what you've been showing us. That's your. I have a whole
book of stuff, like.
He's putting you on the spot, Richard.
I'd
defend yourself. Defend yourself, Richard. Fight him. Destroy him.
And you know what? I'll be honest. My first question was actually going to be, what is your education level? Like, have you finished college? Do you have a degree?
I told you the first year of university, and then I dropped out, and that's it. I was a forklift driver.
So you're a high school graduate, is what
Correct.
You're telling me.
With honors, all 4 years. I was a very creative student.
Man, your mom must be proud of you.
Well, hopefully, once I prove aliens are real, yes. But thanks to you guys, I might not. So go back to my forklift.
Hold on. You hold on, Richard. Doggone it. You've got 50% support on this program. All right. You've got me, and my vote is worth 50%, and you have my vote because I think you're legitimately contacting aliens. But you have to win V over. That's the hard part.
But the thing is, if you
I'm the skeptic.
art is very subjective, but if you look at most people that they would just look at the fish and say, oh, that's seaweed. Oh, that they look at it for 1 second and then give me their opinion on what it is.
I don't know anything about art.
He's doing that.
I don't know anything about art, so I can't say.
That's why
where I go. I don't know. I'm not like.
That's why there's a simple drill mark.
I don't know.
In a rock, like you go on your birthday and pick up 5 rocks and see if you can find that, or you try and replicate a little corner of a little rock and see if you can. I was told that it's very hard.
Why would I do that though? Why on earth would I do that?
So it's not why on Earth, it's why on Sega. Why in Orion would you do that?
Sega Orion, what would possess me to do that?
What's it going to take, V? So, V, let me ask you this. I'm going to put you on the spot since you put our guest on the spot. Okay, all right.
Call me out.
I have to, you know what? I have to be the guy who goes to bat for the guest. Because
you're the only one that can, ever. It's always you.
It's always me, because I'll believe anybody when they come on and they tell me anything. With the conviction of that Richard has displayed here today, I have to go to bat for him. So what is it going to take to get you in a car today, V? Like, how are we going to convince you? How are Richard and I are going to convince? Because I'm on his side now. He's won me over. I'm on his team. I've left you high and dry. What are we going to have to do to win you over and believe that that he's communicating with aliens and that that this art is legitimately made by aliens from cross dimensions, perhaps? Or at least from other dimension or other planets, right? Interplanetary or interdimensional. What are we going to have to do to prove to you that that's what's going on here?
Well, as always, it's my first instinct is to go with like the visual, right? Like I got to see it for myself. That's the first thing that you say. Well, if it's an alien, then I want to know what it looks like, what kind of alien it is. We've done various things to where we talk about various species of aliens and all these claims, and I still haven't seen an alien. And so here I am, the only guy that works in like some sort of paranormal aspect, or at least the study of where I can call myself a subject matter expert. Because we were talking about this today. We're authorities, man. Yeah. We do a podcast. We're in 72 episodes of a show about paranormal, conspiracy, and cryptids. So we're an authority. There's no denying that. Even if we make jokes and do poop, dick, and fart jokes, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So when you come to this show with this like stuff, and I'm going, well, this doesn't sound like any of the knowledge that we have. It sounds like some left field shit. That's what it sounds like to me. So I'm curious, what do these aliens look like? Explain to me how do they look, and how are they in relation to what we know now? Because there are people out there that have studied this stuff. They go to schools and they actually do that. And they go, here's what we know, and they spill the beans, man. You're what's the dude? What do we call the Steve Jobs of
Bob
alien?
Lazar? You're talking about Bob.
Yeah,
Lazar.
Bob Lazar. Yeah. They spill the beans just because he didn't have anything to gain from it. He wasn't selling people art. He was just saying, look, this is this, and that's why I'm like in the Bob Lazar camp, because he was banging whores. He was like me, man. He was a guy like me. He was after my own heart, right? Like he was out there going, here's the information. This is what I did with it, So that makes me inclined to believe a man of integrity that is just like like me.
So is there a way, Richard, that we can, and V, if you agree to this, I don't know if you will or not, is there a way, Richard, that you could send the aliens to go harass V and let them know that they're there?
Yeah.
Is there a way that we can do that?
That's good. I like that. How about we do it like this? If there are aliens that all have jobs, like you say, send me the one that's like good at filmmaking. That way I can that can get me involved with like some financiers so that we can, some like aliens that know other like more important Jewish folk.
Yeah, those ones.
Was that over the line?
No. Well, I hope Richard's still there. Richard, is that something that's in the cards? Oh, did he leave? Oh wait, he did leave. He did. Hold on. He's coming back. He's coming back. I don't think he was here this whole time. He left the room.
I was ranting.
Are you there, Richard?
Hi guys, sorry, my laptop died. I apologize. I actually had to take a piss too, so it was like perfect timing. My apologies.
So you didn't hear any of that? Did you hear any of that?
No, I was taking a piss. My producer didn't have his laptop charged completely, and then we went a lot longer than I thought. My apologies.
That is some whack ass buster ass
You have a
shit.
producer? You have a producer? What's his name?
Steve Daniels. He's an artist, he graduated New York Film School. He's doing some crazy stuff with some celebrities, and he thinks I'm crazy too. But he wants to help, help be my friend.
Wow.
So what?
Wow.
So
I
we
have a
agreed.
friend.
V
That's amazing.
actually just
I'm
announced.
so sorry, honestly. I'm late, and then halfway through, it completely goes MIA. I apologize.
You're a terrible. You know what, Richard? You're a terrible diplomat to the aliens, from the aliens to us. You're a terrible.
Shows up all late, shirt untucked, right? Like he shows up. All
tuck your shirt in. So what we discussed was, I don't know what the last thing you heard was, but we want V has agreed that if you could have the aliens reach out to him, that would be the way for him to come to believe, is if you have the aliens reach out to him, but it would have to be the aliens, the extremely gay ones. The ones
That's
with
not what I said. That's not at all what I said.
No, V, go ahead and give them the short and sweet version of what you want.
Get me somebody that knows like other like higher, ones that have skills with film, or perhaps they know financiers that can, fund my projects. I have a ton of projects I'm trying to fund. So if you can get an alien in touch with me that has money, that would be, I would, yeah, man, I'd buy your book. I'd buy it.
All right. Well, I'll give you guys a copy for free. Honestly.
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm sweet.
That's so decent of you, brother. I appreciate that.
Should have sent you one.
You know what I'll do? I'll send you a
That
"You
would've
Had Me
helped
a
a little
Bigfoot" shirt just for that. That's so decent of you. Right?
Oh, you don't have to do that, but thank you.
Yeah, I would love to. Just go get your address to Tom, and I'll send you a shirt.
We'll talk it up.
So
Cool,
and let me do this, Richard.
In your dreams tonight, though, V, they'll give if you have a crazy dream tonight, then get back to us. All right.
Okay, all right, I will do. Absolutely.
So make sure
I'll
you're
try.
wearing
I don't know.
pants
I haven't had
tonight.
any dreams in a while.
Make sure you're wearing pants tonight.
Drink
never wear.
Drink distilled water.
I'm not wearing pants now. I'm just in a bathrobe.
Distilled water is the key, and lots of fruits and vegetables. I'm sure you're not eating 5 to 10 fruits and vegetables or drinking distilled water, so that's why your dreams are ho hum in nature.
Does that have something to do with Richard? Does that have something to do with your pineal gland calcifying?
Absolutely, correct.
Okay.
Correct. Beets.
Is that true?
Beets.
I drink a lot of water. I drink 8 glasses of water.
Distilled water or tap water?
I don't know. It's out of the tap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tap water.
Okay, well, there you go.
Pretty much
Are
definitely.
you saying it's
tap
the
water.
fluoride that's turning the bees gay? The
Yeah.
the fluoride in the water.
It's those damn chemtrails, V. All right, Richard. You know what, Richard? This is the point of the show. I had a lot of fun tonight. I learned quite a bit. I had actually looked through all these pictures beforehand, so I had kind of a jump start or a head start on everybody. But this is the point of the show where we normally do our shilling. So this is where you can kind of come out and be like, hey, if you want to buy my shit, here's where you find it. Here's my information, all that stuff. Go ahead and do that, Rich, and then we'll move forward. And then V, it'll be you, and then I'll take over.
All right.
Go into my Twitter page, Richard McGill #2, Richard MAGILL, and the number 2. I have lots of posts. See if you see anything, and if you like what you see, send me a message, and you'll get PayPal, and we'll send you a book. Guaranteed. I pinky swear. Aliens will vouch for me. If you're like me and you don't see anything, you don't want to travel other dimensions, planets.
No, I do.
I
do want to travel. I do.
Well, I say aliens understand the concept of monopoly, and they play for keeps. So they found someone who is willing to give 50% of the profits to environmental causes. And I promise you I will do that. I have to, or else I will get my ass
probed.
Who knows?
Probed? Are you going to get probed? Is that what you're going to say? Probed?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Your ass probed? Are you concerned? Are you are you under duress?
Tom. No, not at all. Not at all.
Are you under duress?
No, I'm saying I would really don't want to piss off the universe, right? So I would have to. I say it in my book a couple times. I'm saying it now. It has to be done. So the aliens, the mystique of aliens, they only have one chance to prove that they're real and make some money off of it. And they found someone who had the financial means to take 3 3 years without a paycheck and invested a lot of money into creating 5,000 books. If I wasn't 100% sure, I wouldn't have. You know, you buy more books, you get cheaper per book, but still. Yeah, that's about it. Please, yeah, thank you for listening. I'm sorry I couldn't convince both of you, but you know, I have what I've shown you is literally 0.01% of all the art I have documented. So it's really nothing, but I can't show you everything. The book has 1,400 photos.
Well, hopefully that'll be enough to convince the naysayer.
Hopefully.
Doubting
negative Nelly or pessimistic Pete. One of the two.
I'm not pessimistic. I think, well, I may be a little cynical. Do you think I'm pessimistic, Tom? Would you call that? Would you say that's an accurate?
I would say that you're just a realist. You're too much of a realist. You're too afraid to take that step into the unknown. You're bound by reality, and you have to like feel shit and see shit to recognize that it's there. I think that's you. I think that's how I would describe you. What do you got to sell this week, V? Or what do you have to push?
So much. First of all, thank you everyone for showing up. You know, we love you guys like so much. Like, we love our fans, dude. You guys are the best, especially the ones that show up for the show and hang out and chat and stuff. You guys are, you know, I can't suck your dick enough in this, okay? For showing up and being here and all that. Don't forget that we're doing a contest right now. Our 700. It's whoever takes a screenshot of the 700 subscriber and sends it to my DM on Twitter. I'll give you a shower curtain from the You Had Me at Bigfoot, and runner-up gets a tote bag. Also, the Hadouken side action. I would love to see some videos. Feel free to just start posting them on the You Had Me at Bigfoot timeline and on Twitter. And you know, the more points if you do the Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, right? Is that pretty good? Do you think you could do that?
Sure, you can.
Oh, yeah, there you go. As always, follow us on whatever it is that we have that you can follow us on. Just find it all over the internet and follow every single thing that you can so that you're always up to date and all that. And, you know, comment and like on our videos because we love that. Even if you have something bad to say, if you hate us, you know, tell us that we're douchebags or whatever. We love that too. Tom, that's really all I got. Back to you in the studio. Like those dudes.
Back to me in the studio. The studio. I tidied up in here before the show tonight because I didn't want Richard to think that I was a slob.
No. You actually remind me of my cousin that was the one that told me about it. So it's like I'm debating him kind of.
About the show?
Oh, that's a good question. Can we ask, beautiful how did you hear about the show? Can we ask that?
No, the Oddball. I didn't know there was this many podcasts about paranormal. So the Oddball Aussie guy got into touch with me with like a podcast similar to you guys, but from based in Australia. He messaged me, said he wanted to talk, and then I decided to see who else I could get. I typed in paranormal podcast, and a whole bunch of them came up. And I sent if it was a message, or I don't think you guys had a message. No, you had. So I sent you that thing, and then we started talking. So
you know what's funny?
Crapshoot, honestly. You and another one from Canada too. The Paranormal Heart by Kat Ward. She also wants.
Very cool. See, I told you, Tom. I told you we're in the circuit.
Only you two.
We're in the circuit. That's how that dude Dave Weiss got a hold of us. The flat earther guy from our
yeah.
We did a flat earth show a couple. That's how he got a hold of us. He said there's a bunch of paranormal. So we're in the circuit, man. We're legit, brother.
What I want to say is one of the things
my cherry. You guys popped my cherry with obviously a late start and cut out. I'm so sorry. It's so embarrassing. You know, I apologize.
You're good.
You're lucky that it's us. We're just
Mickey Mouse
joke around
here.
Yeah,
you're
probably lucky then.
Yeah, we're just kind of like if you knew anything about us, you would know that like we're just like the most
feel free to watch
lackadaisy.
some of our other shows.
We're the most lackadaisy like stream on the internet right now. This one of the things that he sent me, and I thought it was really funny. And this was one of the key things that kind of like won me over because you know what, I got the message and it said you don't know this person, but they're trying to message you, you know, like the direct message. If you have your messages open, it'll tell you like you're not friends with this person or you're not connected with this person, but they're trying to send you a message. I opened it up and it was like it showed a bunch of pictures that said, be careful about opening this because you don't know who this person is. It might be something like extremely toxic, whatever. And I scrolled through it and it was like him talking about how he has contact with aliens. I was like, oh, I trust this guy. Like immediately I started opening the shit because I was like, oh, I trust anybody who says that they've been in contact with aliens, because I myself am trying to get in contact with aliens. But the funniest picture that he sent me was an email that he sent to CBC News Vancouver. And he wrote, "The world is full of this is the most important news ever. Aliens, UFOs are real, and they have been collaborating with me for 3 years. The world is full of melancholy. This world uplift the spirit of everyone. This would uplift the spirit of everyone. Please reconsider. Do your job as journalists and help share this monumental story, please." Now,
see, we're journalists.
And then what do they reply? But what do they
let
reply?
Let me reply. Let me tell you the reply, because that's the funniest part. This dude, I don't know his name. It doesn't show his name. But it says, "Dear Richard, the details of our jobs as journalists do not include reporting that you are seeing aliens. Thanks. No need to contact us or any further on this matter." So that was
a little
kind of what won me over.
That's a little dismissive.
It's not COVID related, right? So it's not doom and gloom.
So they didn't want to hear about it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They couldn't sell. Yeah, they couldn't pull ratings on the COVID crisis or whatever.
No, the worst one I got after sending hundreds of emails to Coast AM, if you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Like all pure paranormal. I've sent them literally almost 100 emails, and the one word sentence that George Norrie sent is "thanks." The same style or type of email. So that's in his field. Thanks for doing my job for me.
What a bunch of friggin' nerds. Like, they have so much, like, all their shit that they're talking about is so important that they can't take the time. I mean,
exactly. That's why I appreciate you guys immensely, honestly.
It's not that we're bereft of any original ideas of shit to talk about. This is like one of those rare instances when we have a backlog of shit that we can talk about. But you brought that up.
Butted in line. That's even more impressive. Thank you so much.
And like, normally we have to do research and shit, but when we were like, oh, this dude, he's got stuff he can share, he can do, like, we can kind of take a knee on this episode, so that's why we bumped you up the line. Yeah, it has nothing to do with us being like heroic or selfless or anything. It has more to do with us being lazy. So thank you again, Rich, for coming and sharing all this stuff. If you guys want to get in touch with Rich, his information, we'll be sure to share his information. Also, it's available on his screen. Anytime I put the screen up, it shows @Richard McGill.
I also make a lot of music. I'm probably the conduit to aliens too. If you go to my YouTube channel, Richard McGill, like a space, there's lots of videos of the light energy being made. The 19-minute video that, if you fast forward the entire thing, you should see something move, a little insect size. I don't know what. If you fast forward the whole thing, you should see it. And,
all right, you had your chance to shill, Richard.
Lots of music. One-man Led Zeppelin band. You guys want to listen to some good music? I play ukulele.
All right, well, there you go.
That's it. Part 2. Shill.
Richard McGill 2 on Twitter, and then Richard McGill, you can find him on YouTube. Thank you guys for all tuning in. For all of you for tuning in. Thanks everybody who stuck it out to the end. And also, I know I Love God. I know you asked earlier if we have a schedule. It's every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and it runs for 2 hours. We're coming up on our last minute. I have the last word. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Thanks for coming in. Share with your friends. Everybody have a great week. We will talk to you again soon. If you're listening on podcast, be sure to, if you get a chance, tune in every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again, and we will see you guys all next week.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.